the man who escaped from Alcatraz and wrote a letter to the FBI 50 years later. John Anglin may be the most daring criminal ever. He escaped from Alcatraz and seemingly vanished. But half a century later, he turned up to taunt the FBI. Was it for real or just an elaborate hoax? Alcatraz was a notorious American prison. It was famously located on an island known as the Rock. It was impossible to escape. The maximum security prison operated for 30 years. There were 36 escape attempts. Some escapees were caught. Others were shot by guards. A few were never found but presumed to have drowned. However, one attempt was possibly successful. Frank Morris and two brothers, John and Clarence Anglin, escaped in 1962. A fourth inmate, Alan West, was supposed to join them, but he didn't manage to escape his cell in time. He was left behind. They were all serving time for bank robbery and car theft. On June 11, 1962, the three men cut holes in their cell walls. They used canteen spoons and a makeshift drill to make the holes. The men got outside the building through an unused ventilation shaft. They placed papier-mâché dummies in their beds to fool the guards. The dummies had cement heads with real hair picked up at the prison barber shop. They then scaled the fence and reached open water. Under cover of the night, they'd made a raft from raincoats and contact cement. They had worked for months in a secret rooftop workshop to build it. Then they braved the cold waters of the San Francisco Bay. It was already morning by the time their escape was discovered. The three men were never seen again. The FBI conducted a thorough investigation. The officials were positive the men had drowned. The waters around Alcatraz are freezing and prone to riptides. However, the search for bodies turned up nothing. The three escapees became something like folk heroes to some people. Nobody wanted to believe they were dead. There were numerous sightings over the years, but none of them ever checked out. 50 years went by with no new developments. But in 2013, the FBI were forced to reopen the investigation. The reason? A letter from John Anglin himself. Here's what it said.
My name is John Anglin. I escaped from Alcatraz in June 1962 with my brother Clarence and Frank Morris. I'm 83 years old and in bad shape.
I have cancer?
Yes, we all made it that night but barely.
Frank passed away in October 2005.
His grave is in Alexandria under another name. My brother died in 2011. If you announce on TV that I will be promised to first go to jail for no more than a year and get medical attention, I will write back to let you know exactly where I am. This is no joke. This is for real and honest truth.
The letter was thoroughly analyzed, but all the handwriting analysis, fingerprinting, and DNA tests were inconclusive. The FBI still could not determine if it was real. They did not take the bait. Many leads point to the Anglin brothers escaping to Brazil, but this has never been officially confirmed. If John Anglin is alive, he'd be 91 this year. The U.S. Marshals Service is still investigating the case. It will remain open on all three escapees until their 100th birthdays.